Mother's Day is almost here, and if you haven't ordered flowers yet, good. Those things die, just like our hopes and dreams for you did. That may be harsh, but meet me after these title cards, and we'll find out if it's technically correct. Hey everybody, and welcome to Technically Correct, our new live panel show where almost anything can happen. Yes, almost anything can happen, but what I practically guarantee will happen is that we will answer some fabulously hard trivia questions in some unnecessarily smart-ass ways, because we're geeks who drink. That's what we do. The first round is us versus you, the audience. I'll explain. Our director, AJ, is going to give us 10 questions that we have no previous knowledge of. These are diabolically difficult questions, fresh from the Geeks Who Drink kitchen, and it's true. None of us know what these questions are going to be. But we panelists will have 2 minutes to debate and then finally choose an answer. But for the first minute of that timer, you, yes, you, dear viewer, will be able to answer the question in chat right along with us. Just type exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then one of the choices. That's right, we're going to give you multiple choice options, you cheaters. At the end of the 2 minutes, we will compare our answer to your collective answer, and eventually, after 20 questions, we'll find out who's smarter. I bet it's us. By the way, I'm Christopher Short, and that means all that's left to do is introduce the rest of our panel. First, we have the belle of linguist Twitter, Nicole Holliday. Yes, quiz with her on Tuesdays. Next is the captain of Jewish Viking cruise lines, Eric Kohen. And finally, the queen of parts unknown, nay, parts undreamt of, Katie Dessi. That's the whole intro. So AJ, why don't you kick us off with question one?
Oh, I guess we can start with a question. Why don't we begin with one that's not terribly hard? There we go. If you slip on an avocado, you might call your abogado. That's the Spanish word for what job?
Oh, man. Does this have to do with molecular science? Because I know avocado's number.
I think it's taqueria, because if you step on and smash your avocado, you're gonna want to make some guacamole and some tacos.
Avogadro's number?
Oh, crap. Maybe you're right.
It's a biologist or a scientist.
Who's slipping on an avocado? Those things are expensive.
That's why the second you slip on it and smash it, you're gonna want to do something with it. You're not gonna want to throw it out.
I'm a millennial. I don't have avocado money.
Yeah.
But aren't you in California? And I thought you guys lived off of a steady diet of avocado.
No,
Yeah.
I left for the East Coast, and they're more expensive here.
That's true.
That's not good.
In Southern California, you just walk out your front door and grab one off the...
What do you put on your toast if not avocados?
Do they have toast on the East Coast?
I mean, it rhymes, so I think so. Toast Coast?
Toast with the Holy Ghost?
Gotta dip something in your chowder.
Oh, man, that sounds delicious. All right, well, we've got 1 minute to go. Avocado.
I passed by several avocado offices actually on my way to Micro Center.
I'm
You guys know what I majored in?
If you watched the Netflix Daredevil series, this was a running joke throughout the first season.
Seriously?
Right.
Yeah.
Todos sabemos.
Our response leads me to believe you were the only one who saw that series.
I was going to say, that makes me feel bad for having had a real job that whole time.
I had a real job. I worked here.
No,
I double majored in linguistics.
30 seconds, panelists.
Spanish. I majored in
is that right?
Spanish.
Well,
I saw an avocado when I broke my ankle jumping over my couch. The conversation from earlier.
Were you suing the couch manufacturer?
Not yet, but it's a Lovesac, and I should be able to get a decent amount of money from them.
It always cracks me up that avocado is not the Spanish word for avocado. That I believe is aguacate. And
It's
avocado,
country
Nicole.
specific.
It's a doctor. It's a doctor.
It's not a doctor. Nicole,
It's
why don't you
not?
tell us.
Your time
majored
is
in it.
up, panelists. What are your answers?
Un abogado is a lawyer.
I totally thought it was I
I
sincerely
agree.
thought I was driving by a bunch of doctors' offices every
AJ, is
day.
the panel correct? Is it a lawyer?
The panel is correct. It is a lawyer.
I am
Very
so
nice.
glad I
What did the,
didn't go see one of those guys for my broken ankle.
Well, depends
I
on
mean,
who broke it. What did the
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They might have helped you pay the bill.
That's why I asked who you were suing.
Well, that's why I didn't include me in that I was
What did the chat say?
The chat also got that correct with 86% going for lawyer.
All right. Well, I bet they get tougher
86.
anyway.
The rest disappoint me.
The rest of them
What
agreed
changed
with
that-
Katie
what
that it was a
changed that
doctor.
All right. Well, I told them they were going to be diabolically difficult. Apparently, we have not delivered on that yet. Let's see if question 2 does it for us. AJ, what do we got?
Question number 2. What pro wrestler tried to talk his daughter out of prom night porkin' in the film Blockers?
That'd be like Rooster Blockers. Was,
I
Wasn't the
believe
working title-
yeah, I
what-
believe the poster.
Rooster
Cock
Blockers?
blockers.
Oh, yeah, is that what
Yeah,
that was?
There's only one good
All
wrestler.
of a
that's
sudden, the
Captain Lou
title makes so
Albano.
much sense. That's who?
Captain Lou.
I don't know him. Lou
Captain Lou
Ferrigno?
Albano?
Captain Lou Albano. A,
Captain Lou Ferrigno.
amazing
yes.
wrestler. B, fantastic Mario from Super Mario Brothers.
Absolutely.
C, was in at least 2 Cyndi Lauper music videos.
Yeah.
There is
Hoskins
no
was
better
Mario.
wrestler. Prove me wrong.
What music videos?
He was the dad in Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yeah.
I thought Bob Hoskins was Mario.
Bob Hoskins was Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie. Lou Albano was Mario.
We don't talk about
Super
that
Mario
movie.
Brothers Super Show.
We do too talk about it. It had the guy.
Swing your arms from side
Full
to side. Now we're
House.
speaking. Now we're speaking Twitch language.
This is a great question about Mario Brothers.
Yeah, thank you so much. for
Every
letting
question
us
can be about Mario if you try hard enough. My ringtone is actually Mario's Firepower song.
Is Captain Lou Albano still with us? Do we know? Is he alive?
I mean, he's always with you, Christopher.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's watching from somewhere. It's
Really?
either right outside, it's either right outside my window or
He died on October 14th, 2009.
So quite dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
dead
is
for a
long
minute.
past a weekend at Bernie's stint dead.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, guys, somebody's going to ask us for an answer. A real one.
You got 30
real-
seconds,
Alright.
panelists.
It's
the
Hulk
movie
Hogan. It's Hulk Hogan or Cena.
I thought it might be The Rock.
So it was it was 2018, 2017, 2018. That's about the time that John Cena was doing like
He did Trainwreck. Yeah.
Which I mean, like he was fantastic in that movie.
But like Hulk Hogan is notoriously like protective of his daughter's like naughty bits.
Yeah, but he was
He was
busy.
played
And
out
also
by
a
them.
racist.
He's doing Gawker out of existence at that point.
Okay, I think it's Cena.
The Rock does too many wholesome things to be the correct answer.
All right, panelists, your time is up. What is your final
no.
answer?
I think it's Cena.
John
I
Cena.
feel like John Cena is the best answer we've come up with. What do we
All
got?
right, Katie called it correct with John Cena.
Hell is slowly freezing over, by the way.
Katie knew a wrestler. Katie knew a wrestler. What did the chat say?
The chat agreed 100% with John Cena.
100%. That's
It's because he's a
sounds like
meme. That's the only
Twitch
reason
chat.
I know who he is.
all right. Let's go right on. Question 3. Let's do it.
Let's move into question number 3 for you. And, excuse me, an Olympic pentathlete got DQ'd in 1968 after drinking beer to steady his hands for what event?
Wrong answers only.
The jerkathlon. Jerk-offalon? What would you, masturbatorium?
Jerk off a lot. I don't know. All right.
Table tennis.
Pentathlete. Man.
Penta
Of
means
course.
5.
Yeah.
It
I was
does.
going to say.
What are the 5
named
things
of course
in that?
named of course for sodium pentothal. That's the truth serum, right?
It's underwater basket weaving, part of this pentathlon. Underwater
I remember. Did you ever play Trauma Center on the Wii? The surgery video game?
I played Trauma Center on the
I did that
playground.
back in college, and I drank whiskey to steady my hands before I played that game every single day.
Did
I
it
was
work?
terrible at it.
You do that in real life, then someone's going to see an avocado and sue your ass into tomorrow.
Did it use Wii Motion Plus? Was it like tracking
It did,
every?
yeah.
Okay. That's rough.
It was a fantastic game. If you guys haven't played Trauma Center on the Wii, go.
Is it like
find
Operation?
It's
Or like-
better than that. There's you have to like once you get like halfway through the game, there's like bombs inside of people you have to cut out.
So it's
Yeah,
more like
totally
traumatizing.
It's like
And
drug
even
cartel
better when you
bodies
jump.
that someone dug up.
Next week on Twitch, be right here to watch Eric Cohen drink Kirkland whiskey and play old fucking Wii games, because apparently that's what this channel
that's
is
probably
now.
to get a lot of Twitch.
I mean, that would get a lot of Twitch viewers. It would get a lot.
I would watch that.
I know. I feel like now we have to deliver it just because I said that. Like
I
it's
don't
so
have the
getting
stomach for it.
existence.
So but they've got like a V.
All right.
So I've got a VR. I do VR, and there's definitely like a surgery simulator. I'm like, no. I get squeamish if I stub my toe too much.
You know
the
what I
actual
think
answer?
is an event in the pentathlon? I think you have to shoot.
I was gonna say,
Oh, wait, no,
is it like bow
It
and
is
arrow,
no.
or is it-
She is right.
No,
Shotgun. Like
No, like with the gun.
it is totally shotgunning.
I bet it's a rifle, not a
Not like with a
shotgun.
beer though, like rifle.
Yeah.
But you could do it with the beer. I've done both.
Well, you could shotgun a
Doing
beer
it
and then you
with a
could.
shotgun would be much easier.
Yeah,
You'd
no, it
probably
is-
hit the target. Yeah.
100%.
And your time is up, panelists. What is your final answer?
Shotgun. She's right. Nicole got it.
Yeah, we're about shooting. What did I say? Shooting.
Shooting is correct.
Very nice.
And the
Alec,
audience was.
have you ever gotten drunk and done that?
I haven't gotten drunk and shot a shotgun, but taken some Lone Stars on the back
I'm sorry,
of
what
a
did
pickup.
I live in New Mexico. It's a thing.
That's a weekend, is what that is.
What did the chat say, AJ?
The chat came in 80% in agreement with Nicole with shooting.
All right, we got some shooters in the house. Good to know. I will behave myself. Question 4, AJ.
Question number 4. What poet wrote about getting the weed giggles in the 1974 memoir Gather Together in My Name?
Snoop.
Wow.
Is he a poet? Does that count as poetry?
How old do you
was-
think one Calvin Brodus is?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I have
negative 2.
no
In
idea.
1974. He was famously extremely young when he appeared all over the Chronic. Like, I think he was 18, 19 years old.
I thought he was like 60 now. I have no idea. It is. I have my entire life. I've known of him as being like popular and an adult. So I'm just gonna add another
Yeah, no,
30
he
years
was-
to 30, and that's where I'm ballparking.
He might have been
like a-
born in 74.
I had no idea he was that young.
Yeah, my guess would be that he was born around then. Yeah. That's all.
Really? Okay, so
Um,
Marley, let's go. I'm just like famous stoners throughout history.
Well, except that we're describing this person as a poet. Not that Snoop Dogg is not, of course, but
any lyrics?
I think generally we think of people who like publish books, right? When we think of the word poet.
Like I can think of, but Warhol was an artist, and he did, I think, like everything, maybe but pot. It's like acid and whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe he smoked weed too, but like it just wasn't worth mentioning because
Yes, everything
normie.
else was so much more entertaining.
So when I think of mid-century weed smoking poets, my mind goes to like the Beat generation, many of whom were, of course, still alive and kicking by the 70s.
But like,
I can't-
if Allen
Maynard
Ginsberg,
G.
like, still
Krebs.
printed out things in the 70s, like,
Maynard G.
sorry,
Krebs.
sorry, Nicole. What was Maynard G.
Is-
Krebs is a
is-
fictional person? What was Nicole saying that was
is
not that?
Ginsberg still turning out hits in the 70s, poetic hits in the 70s? William S. Burroughs, like any of them guys?
Dante.
Right. I mean, Burroughs was a heroine. Ginsberg was. He was.
He was a guy.
Yeah, he was a guy. He was a heroin guy. Yeah, maybe it might
Are
be.
you into
Marquis de
drugs?
Sade.
Write poetry.
The Marquis de Sade was into sex stuff and also way long time.
I just assumed that the sex stuff he was into probably happened as a result of some drugs prior to the sex stuff.
3,
Sometimes you can pay attention, Pinky.
1. Time is up, panelists. What is your final answer?
Do we have a better answer than Allen Ginsberg?
I'm still going Bob Marley.
Final answer for the group, Allen Ginsberg?
Let's go with Ginsberg.
You are all wrong. It's Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou. And for once, the audience got one right that none of you did.
Assholes.
Not someone you think of as a stoner.
Also, I'm ashamed Black history is American history.
Yeah, you're going to get at least some flack on Twitter for that.
My grandma is watching.
Your consulting firm is taking it.
How did you know that?
All right. Well, that's a fantastic way to send us to our first break. So come back in a couple minutes. We're not going to be doing awkward Jeopardy-style interview questions, but we will be doing more awkward banter around regular-ass trivia questions. You don't want to miss that, so stay right here. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Technically Correct, the new Geeks Who Drink panel show that, it's a panel show. You've probably seen shows like it before, but thank you for watching ours. As a reminder, you, the home audience, are an active part of the show. Every time AJ asks a question, you will have 1 minute to type an exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then your answer from the multiple choice options that we give you in chat. So good luck to you. I think you're beating us so far, and good luck to us. Apparently we need it. AJ, what's our next question?
Our next question, panelists. The first words spoken in Klingon were written by the actor behind what OG Star Trek character?
Oh, well, now we have... I'm counting this as a linguistics question, and Nicole better have it.
Why would you?
It's a language.
It's a constructed language, and I am not that kind of linguist.
Was Zachary Quinto in the original one?
He was negative 40 years old.
Nicole, I want you to write
Snoop Dogg, for sure.
In utero, maybe.
I want you to write a memoir called "Not That Kind of Linguist" and give me a piece of that because I came up with it.
I'll just tell you all of the things that I don't know.
The collected unworks of Nicole Holliday.
All right. The first words spoken in Klingon were written by the actor behind what OG Star Trek.
How long has George Takei been on? Is he just new, or is he?
No, George Takei was what? So the original people were. Presumably I'm going to name the right answer now. But we had Shatner, we had Nimoy, we had Nichelle Nichols, and we had George Takei. We had James Doohan was Scotty. Is that right? And DeForest Kelley. I don't know why I know all this.
Which race does Klingon? I know there are races on Star Wars.
Klingons. Be Klingon.
Who are which one of those guys?
So in TNG, it's Worf.
Guys. Yeah.
It's what?
Worf. You know the
bumpy forehead guys. They're belligerent. They're.
I've seen stills, so I don't think it's Takei because he doesn't have any bumpy foreheads. He wears green.
Again, I mean, there was not a recurring Klingon character on the original series that I recall, at least not.
But you think maybe the first one was one of the main characters who encountered Klingons and then spoke to them?
I mean, I know that I would go Shatner or Patrick Stewart on this. I don't know.
No, Patrick Stewart's from TNG.
Patrick Stewart's a different show.
You made me list all of them, Katie. Did I say that?
All I heard you say was Patrick Stewart and William Shatner.
Roll the tape back, Asia. I got
your time is up.
Oh, the actor behind what?
Shatner.
Is it Captain Kirk?
Shatner did Esperanto at one point, so maybe.
Captain Kirk, final answer?
Yeah, I guess so.
I am ashamed to work for you. It is Scotty. James Doohan developed the Klingon language along with Mike Oduku.
Is that the beam me up guy?
That is that line was never said in the original series at any point.
Oh my god.
In my world, it was several times.
Let's just all sit back and listen to AJ
talk about Star Trek for the next hour.
You're idiots.
Did the chat know that?
The chat did know that, but they only barely knew that. It was 9 for Spock, 10 for Scotty, so they barely edged it out with the correct answer.
Man.
Oh, I don't even want to know then how many people are watching. Those are very small numbers.
There's just some small numbers of voters. You know?
It's just a small
guys gotta get
number
out,
of
rock the vote, rock the vote, guys.
It's a rigged election. All right. Question 6, I think, is next. Is that right, AJ? Let's do it.
Correct. We are on question number 6. She Loves Me won a Tony for its sets in 2016, an award they call Best What Design?
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Presumably it's not set.
Set, that's
that
what
was
my
my
answer
guess,
would
so I'm
be.
out.
Set would
the
be my
name
answer.
of the Tony Award for the best sets. What's it called? All right. Well, I remember. So She Loves Me. I recall the lead, the male lead in that show was, if I'm not mistaken, the veteran of the Geeks Who Drink TV show on Sci-Fi, one Mr. Zachary Levi.
Oh, he was in that superhero movie that was for kids that I thought was going to be real dirty and adult-like and wasn't. What was it called?
Disappointing.
All right. So he's disappointed you. We've disappointed him. It's just a whole circle of disappointment. It's great.
I thought the same thing about Tangled, Katie.
Shazam. No, I thought Shazam was going to be like Deadpool with just lots of cursing and extreme violence. And there's just a lot of
Tangled
children.
is a national treasure, and you shut your mouth, Eric Cohen.
Tangled does also sound like a nutty
Tangled was
movie.
I rarely agree with Christopher Short, but in this instance, I do.
Tangled
That
is a fantastic film.
It's Mandy Moore, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like a very her and Hilary Duff. In my head, they're like that I associate them for reasons I have no real good reason for doing so, but they seem like nice people.
As opposed to Avril
Well, Christopher, you already know the most about Broadway productions.
Yeah. I'm going with best painted canvas in the background design. Is that
Yeah,
on
okay,
one
so-
trophy?
As a matter of fact, so I worked in I was a theater major, and my work study
Explains so
job
much.
was in fact working in the shop at the theater, building sets. And here's what I think it's best scenic design. It was called the Scene Shop.
I'd write that down.
Yeah, and
I
I was thinking about like production, but production means something else. In
No,
the
production's
theater
like the
world.
sound and the lights.
so,
Scenic sounds good to me.
2,
Yeah.
1. Time is up, panelists. What is your final answer?
I think we're going with
What
scenic.
he said.
Christopher Short for the point with Scenic.
Yes. Thank you. That's where I learned to use a screw gun. I made it all the way to like age 20.
That
without
also,
knowing how to put a screw into a piece of wood.
I thought there were going to be screw guns in Shazam.
AJ, what did the chat say?
The chat came in 55% in agreement with you for Scenic.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, chat is so far a perfect 6 for 6 by my count. We got the smart ones tonight, so we better step it up. AJ, what's the 7th question of our evening?
Question number 7 of Technically Correct. A newspaper employee charged with following up reader complaints traditionally has what title?
Poor unfortunate soul.
Yeah, what-
Who was the person here who worked at a newspaper?
What
Let me
since
guess,
when did
it
I
was
mean I have never
Christopher.
known a reader to complain about anything. Why would you need somebody for this job? Usually every end user is perfectly happy with everything that you do.
Well, isn't it the case that at Geeks Who Drink, when people complain and occasionally they are correct, we tell them that they are technically correct? So this is like a meta question.
Through
We don't
very
outright ignore them, Nicole.
through clenched teeth, and we
Yeah.
find some way to somehow, despite the fact that we were wrong.
As a matter of fact,
insist-
yeah, the logo for this show is a reproduction of the sash that we gave out for many years. Lovingly, I hand lettered that in like Microsoft Paint, and then we faithfully reproduced it on a sash suitable for certain occasions. So,
before we could afford the Adobe subscription.
yeah. No, it's true. So we do have, and in fact, so John Paul Gwynn, I presume he's watching tonight. He's the guy who deals with our erogenous zone complaints nowadays, and a lovely man, and sure not to make fun of you when you're writing, probably. But what is this? A newspaper employee who's charged with following up reader complaints. All right.
Like PR dude.
Yeah.
Community liaison.
Is it complaints like you all suck, or is it complaints like you all got this thing wrong?
I've got I've got a single word in my head that I have had since this timer started.
I mean, I've had a word in my head for a while now, but I don't think I should say it out loud.
This one I am going to say out loud. I think it's an ombudsman.
I always thought ombudsman was like a
That's who
friendly
you complain to
helper
if your
sort
union
of.
is messing up. So
Yeah, an ombudsman usually is the person who is like the liaison between the public and the management of whatever your organization is.
So I thought it was like employee to boss sort of middleman.
And time is up, panelists. Is
I say,
that
nobody really knows what an ombudsman is. That's the secret of their power. But does anybody have a better answer than that?
I don't know
No.
a good answer.
No.
All right, let's say ombudsman. What do we got? Is that right, AJ?
You are correct, sir, with ombudsman. And in fact, the audience agreed with you at 89%.
Holy cow, we have a lot of Swedish people in the audience tonight.
Our union members.
We're union members. Yeah,
Is that a Swedish word?
I think it's a Swedish word.
There's
Nicole,
no
does that look like
line
a
to
word?
that.
Are you that kind of linguist?
Kind of.
Is it Swedish? It's our next game show. It's going to be coming next week. All right. Question 8, AJ.
Question number 8. In 1895, Mark Twain wrote a salty essay about the literary offenses of what Natty Bumppo creator?
Is Natty Bumppo the name of something or just like an insult?
Natty Bumppo is the name of a character.
I'm going to start calling people Natty Bumpos. It sounds
And
mean.
we had a fantastic anagram for Natty Bumppo at one point.
Oh, we do love the anagrams.
We do love the anagram.
Batty Numpo
I forget what it was. Hopefully,
also sounds insulting.
yeah. Okay, well,
Wait, chat, come up with an anagram for Natty Bumppo. You'll win nothing.
I win nothing. No, I remember Natty Bumppo. Good, great. This is that's an old character name.
Patty No Bum.
Salty, like what salty essay as in like it had a lot of
Yeah.
cursing or like
Like dissatisfied, I assume, like unhappy with its well reception or
Yeah, like
Mark Twain didn't hold back.
he was writing really to this person's ombudsman, right? Poison pen, didn't care for his prose. All right, Natty Bumppo. Like I said, that name, it rings a bell, not just because of the anagram thing, but I remember reading it somewhere, and I think it's like he was like a frontier character, like
Davy Crockett.
Kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
I know that wasn't Mark Twain friends with the To Kill 'Em All Harper Lee.
oh my goodness,
the timing is off because
a little bit.
Who was her friend?
Just
She had a
died.
Harper Lee died a few years ago, like 2-3 years ago.
Truman Capote. That was her
Yeah,
friend.
Truman Capote and Mark Twain, roughly the same person. So
You might not know this by looking at me, but I was the captain of my high school quiz bowl team. And sometimes we just did literary word association memorization. And so I know nothing except for Natty Bumppo, James Fenimore Cooper.
yeah, I can add one more thing, which is the Leather Stocking Tales. Those were the books he was in. But yeah, James Fenimore Cooper is
Leather Stocking Tale sounds like the next entry in the 50 Shades series.
And your time is up, panelists. What is your final answer for this question?
Nicole, take
What
it away.
she said.
James Fenimore Cooper.
Yeah.
Nicole for the point with James Fenimore Cooper.
Very nice. So the chat, were they on their quiz bowl team?
They were. They also got that correct.
Did they come up with a good anagram?
Sadly, no.
Man, was it like Pony Butt Map? Thank you, John Paul. Our ombudsman at work. Just came through in Slack. Pony Butt Map. Yes, that is a book I would read. All right, I think we just got 2 more questions left in this first round. So, AJ, why don't you give us the penultimate one first, and then we'll do the ultimate one after that.
Question.
So when are we going to do the last one?
These are the only times I wish I were on camera for this show. All right, a mad AI guides you toward a Black Forest cake that may not even exist in what 2007 video game?
Okay, so first of all, the chat absolutely knows this.
So does this girl. I have played that game so many times. It's so much fun, and I am like dying for the VR experience of said game.
What are video games?
That actually sounds kind of great. Now that
I would need a lot of Dramamine before I
Fun
play
fact, that game gets a lot better when you drink whiskey to steady your hand.
That game and then Katamari, those are my 2. Like, I am going to open some beers and I'm going to sit down on the couch and I'm going to spend an obscene amount of time doing nothing but drinking until I pass out and playing these games. And the whole time, my cat's on my shoulder, making it difficult for. This is my poor man's pirate costume. I can't afford a parrot, so.
You just have a cat's ass.
Cat, yeah, I'm trying to make sure her bunghole doesn't show.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Twitch will straight up
Twitch
kick
will
us
not
off.
like that.
Yeah, if we see cat asshole, that's not going to be good. All right.
The winning team on my Tuesday quiz was named Cat Anus because that kid did that science fair project and put the lipstick on the cat butt.
Oh,
it's everywhere.
yes.
I have a cat anus virtual background in Zoom.
But not in Twitch. Oh, all right. No.
Did I go to grad school for this?
I like that the cat has
It's
a
got
butt
It's got
plug.
a jewel butt plug. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's to hide their modesty.
Guys, if you had 35 minutes in the pool for when we were going to show a cat with a jewel butt plug, please step forward and collect your winnings.
I'm gonna throw that. If that made it into the prop bet pool, that says way more about us than it does anything else.
I mean,
What are the things that are likely to happen on a Geeks Who Drink
Wait,
live
what's
stream?
the answer, guys? Because I don't have any clue.
so
Wait,
again, like
Portal.
went to real school and everything, but
Portal.
yeah.
There's Portal. There's a fantastic sequel. There's a really fun Wii building
Unfortunately,
game.
the world missed out on Bob Hoskins being in the movie adaptation.
No, man, Portal.
All right, your time is up. What is your final answer?
Yeah, Katie's got this one.
Portal.
You are correct. Portal. And for some reason, my poll for that one choked, but I did watch the answers streaming in. The audience did agree with Katie 100%. On Portal, also, lots and lots of the Cake is a Lie quotes, as well as quotes from the songs.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a Black Forest cake. This question has taught me something and also made me hungry.
Oh, I even had a Black Forest. It was I did a visual round, and it was like a video game food recipes, and there was a Black Forest cake in it, and it matched a Portal.
Yeah, this is one of those games that I never played, but it's such a part of, like, you just can't be on the internet and not know that the cake is a lie.
Oh, it's fun.
All right, well, we have one more question in our technically correct round. So, AJ, bring us home and let's go show some of those sweet commercials again. I know people have been waiting for them.
Our final question for technically correct. The maximum stress that a material can withstand is known as UTS. What does the U stand for?
Wow.
Ultimate. Urinary. Uterine. Uranus.
Yeah.
Ursula. Uruguay.
I'm just going to go ahead and turn off my video and we'll let Katie go.
Umbrella. Ella. That's all the U words I know. That is the entirety of my universe.
Utrecht. Umberto Eco.
Oh, I knew Umberto. He's one of my people.
Did we say urology already?
I did. No, I said urine.
Uranus.
Said that. Yeah, no, I got all the pee
United
stuff
Arab
and the butt
Emirates
stuff. Got the pee and the butt stuff taken care of.
Uzbekistan. That's a good one.
Uzi.
Absolutely.
Upside down cake, a la pineapple.
That's a lie.
Upside down
Ah.
Urban Outfitters.
Just one you.
All right. So the maximum stress that a material can withstand is basically the premise of the show, right? Like, we just tried to joke premise.
We're really getting everything we can out of this material.
Yeah, we're gonna milk it. So I'm guessing that tensile and strength are what the T and the S stand for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a good guess. I was going to say turgid strength, but you know.
Actually, no, ultimate could work. Actually, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Ultimate frisbee, ultimate Smash Brothers Ultimate.
No, ultimate does make sense.
I don't actually think that it's
because
it, but
because you would measure it by stretching it until it breaks, and then you would write down the last number before that happened, right? So like ultimate makes sense conceptually to me.
But there is
meaning
no. I
final.
genuinely don't believe that's it though, unless this is a Doug question. But that if this were the second half, ultimate would be my.
Yeah,
I know that. Yes. I don't think
sure
it's
not Umberto Eco, so we need to come up with a better answer than that. Anybody?
Uvula.
That's not it. I'm that kind of linguist.
Tell us about your uvula strength.
Underwear tensile strength.
All right, panelists, your time is up. What is your final answer? What does the U in UTS stand for?
Ultimate is, I think, the best, but that is not it.
That's the best.
But ultimate.
I think that's all we got.
Katie, for once, just stumbled her way into a correct answer with ultimate.
It was, of course, named for the Ultimate Warrior. And now we're back to professional wrestling.
I legitimately was convinced that was the red herring answer and that it was very.
No, but Christopher gave a good justification.
Yeah, how else would you measure that?
Well,
You
no,
have
I mean
to
that's
break
right.
it.
That's just it. Is I was pretty sure it was someone's last name that started with a U.
Anyway, so by the way, did the chat know that, AJ?
The chat did know that at 91%.
So one other person thought it was way too obvious.
We gotta chat. We got some ringers in chat tonight, and I like it. Anyway, that is it for our first round. But when we come back from this break, we will have the world premiere of Technically Incorrect. Yes, that's right. After this break, we're gonna be getting stuff wrong on purpose. It won't look much different.
It's not gonna be, I'm just not gonna know shit.
You'll see what I mean when we come back. So do not move. We'll see you there. All right, welcome back for our second round, Technically Incorrect. Before we do those rules, I want to thank you for joining us on our first ever show. And I want to extend a special welcome to those of you who are encountering Geeks Who Drink for the first time. Since you don't know us, you should know this. First and foremost, we are a pub quiz company, which means that you can play our questions live and in person in bars across America or live online most nights throughout the week. We're also right here on Twitch with our regular quiz every Monday night. You can even hire us to do a quiz just for you. For more information about all of that, make sure you check out geekswhodrink.com. And of course, you can find us on all the socials. So do that too. Now, Technically Incorrect. This is the round where AJ will still give us hard questions, and we will still have 2 minutes to answer those questions. But this time it's extra hard because it's everyone for themselves. Our panelists will be actively trying to psych each other out. And then at the end of the timer, we will all write down our answers and show them to the camera. As for you, the audience, your job is the same. Just answer the question in that first minute by typing in the chat, ! the word vote, a space, and then one of the multiple choice options. All right, Technically Incorrect. Here we go. AJ, start us off.
Before I read the question, I do want to point out that the audience is kicking all of your asses in terms of correct answers. They are 10 for 10 in the first half.
Yeah,
Question
my big white ass.
Question number 1 of Technically Incorrect. According to Webster, how do Americans usually write out the sound made by a dental click?
Is that like
A dental click.
Is it that?
All right. Well,
Hey,
according
Link-
to Webster, how do Americans usually write out the sound made by a dental click? I feel like we should probably start with Nicole on this one. Nicole.
The problem is the linguists have a way to do dental click. We have the International Phonetic Alphabet. So I'm genuinely unsure. If I had to guess, I'd say like a quotation mark or something.
All right.
I don't know.
Can you demonstrate? Well, I maybe that gives it away. if you
Can I demonstrate a dental click? Yeah.
Just
It's a teeth click.
Oh, is that where you like create the suction and you like
It's like a horse. We make it for horses.
that one? Is that it?
we make it for horses. Will be the subtitle of your memoir. All right, Eric, what do you got?
I feel like I should have had subtitles on when watching The Gods Must Be Crazy. That probably would have helped me.
Fair enough. Katie,
it's-
have you been studying human languages?
I think it is TSK space TSK.
Okay.
Make it twice. That I am gifting you a probably incorrect answer. That is 100% what I will write down. I don't think anyone else should write it though, because it is almost certainly very incorrect.
All
This
right.
is a really hard question that makes me nervous because it's a thing maybe I should know.
Yeah.
This is where Nicole loses her position.
Yeah, I'm
Are
gonna
you
lose
going to
my
embarrass yourself in
Yes.
front of your peers?
Thanks,
Like your
fuck
professional
out.
peers, not us. 'Cause
my day job.
Linguist Twitter is going to light up tonight, my friends. All right. Well, the 2 minutes are up. Let's see what we wrote down for this one. I have like a.
It's an exclamation
An
point.
exclamation point. All right.
As much as I hate to admit it, Katie just earned herself another point by answering
kidding?
tisk.
I actually knew that shit. Is.
No.
I mean, I think Webster is a dictionary after all, so it's going to be a word.
what do they know?
Good God.
Bunch of
How about the
assholes
chat?
at Webster's.
How about the chat? Did they get it?
The chat got
What do
that
they know?
100%. I'm not going to say
Man.
that means they have a lot in common with Katie, but it probably means they have a lot in common with Katie.
Does no one else write that out?
I-
I write that out all the
I
time.
feel so. I mean, I don't think I'm going to dental click at that person.
I have to go back in and re-edit all of my horse fan fiction now.
Maybe I don't know.
All
That's
right.
my mating call, actually. Like
AJ, will you please
Walk into
erase
a
the
bar.
memory of that question from our Alice?
No, but I will move on and read you the next question. Question number 2. Canonically, Mack from It's Always Sunny has the same full name as what fictional character?
All right. Eric Cohen, let's start off with you.
I really wish I would have ever watched that show sober. I know I enjoyed it a lot, but I also enjoyed the weed I was on a lot at the same time.
why would you not pay that show the due respect of watching it sober? I am offended on behalf of the cast.
All right.
Silence.
How about Nicole?
It's a great show.
Nicole, you work in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I hate this show because I don't like to watch white people be mean to each other.
I know. I'm exactly the same way.
Really, that's one of my
had-
favorite things.
That's really how this company started.
It's
Many
my favorite
discussions about this
sitcom.
tutorial.
I'm gonna go with isn't there a Sinatra song, Mack the Knife? Why not?
Mack the Knife
Originally-
Senior was his
As a
father.
matter of fact, originally from the Three Penny Opera, Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill, theater major. All right, so Mack the Knife. Is that like Mack the Knife? Like
I genuinely don't know the answer, and so I've just written down Mac tonight. the 90s McDonald's mascot.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
No, it's Donald McDuck. Mack.
Oh.
That's where the Mack comes from.
That makes perfect sense. All right.
His
Donald Duck's-
mom
I'm sorry,
smokes
hold on
a
second.
ton.
Canonically, is Donald's last name McDuck? I know that Scrooge's
Yeah.
is.
And Scrooge, they're related.
I mean, yeah,
That's just 'cause they're both
clearly they're
ducks,
related.
Yeah. Just because they're both ducks doesn't mean they're related.
No, it's like it's uncle. They're all McDucks. All of them. The whole
All right.
kit and caboodle. Is it a kit and caboodle if they're birds? I don't know. The whole duck and caduckle.
All right. Well, yeah. Once you said that, it made me think it was probably Ronald McDonald, but I went with Natty Bumppo.
Katie is going to just keep getting points as everybody goes as far away from the correct answer as they possibly can. It was Ronald McDonald. The chat also once again agreed with Katie 100%.
I'm starting to think that editorial made some kind of a pact with Katie Dessi, which is the most surprising thing that I've heard today. We'll see if
I sent them all a 10% off coupon for my Poshmark store.
The fix is in.
if anybody had 53 minutes for when Katie started shilling her Poshmark store, please step up and collect your winnings. AJ, did we check in with the chat already? Are we ready for the next question?
We are ready for the next
All right.
question. And just to let Zeno Titty know, this panel knows nothing of bird law. Question number 3. Number 3, if technically incorrect, the word hoagie may come from Hog Island, the home of what major city's airport?
Okay. Hog Island, man. We're going deep for this round.
Hoagies are American, right?
Hoagies
Katie,
are-
I feel like since you paid people off, you probably know, right?
Wait, no, we've actually gotten to one that not only do I not know, but I also don't have I might actually dumb my way into it answer. In my head, hoagies are American, so it should be an American city, but I'm also like, you put bologna in a hoagie, so maybe it's Bologna.
You know,
Yeah.
Is that not how you say that? Isn't it Bologna when it's the city? It is a city, right?
it is a city. It's called Bologna, yes.
Okay. I was like, the reaction made me think that I was just really wrong about that.
I have special knowledge of this question. I recently read it was called The Pirate Republic, I think, a book from a few years ago. That's just kind of like a chronology of the actually surprisingly short time of like the golden age of piracy. And sure enough, there was an actual pirate republic. They took over a region of the Bahamas, and the harbor in Nassau is between like the main island that Nassau's on and another island called Hog Island. So it's more straight than a traditional harbor, but they have since turned that into the airport for Nassau, Bahamas, which of course is a major city when it comes to tourism. So that's my answer.
What was the city? Bahamas?
Nassau, Bahamas.
Nassau's. I
Eric,
thought you said NASA like the rocket ships.
Eric, I know that you used to say, I know that you I remember you were telling me you've seen a film called Hog Island. I don't know what that means.
It was a
I
sequel
was
to
really
that
waiting
was a
for you to
sequel
say, you look
to
like you've eaten a
Shazam.
lot of hoagies.
Is that like Shutter Island? Oh, shit.
Oh, I need to finish that one. I still don't know what the plot twist is.
Eric, what's your answer? I don't think has anybody?
I believe it's the island of Blimpie.
All right, so we were both in the Caribbean. We have 4 different answers.
We have 4 different answers for once on this. I will preface this by saying that the chat got this correct at 86% with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Short,
talk about
finally.
it.
Christopher
I just know
Short
there's a lot of
finally
Philly
on the
human
board
food.
for technically incorrect.
Yeah, I'm not known for my trivia prowess, so don't look me up or anything.
Does that count? Does that count?
I'm not that good at trivia.
I think that counts.
Show champion.
That counts.
All right.
The only thing left is the mention of the Latin on his degree in the background.
Latin, you guys. So okay. We have one more question before the break, right? Question 14?
Correct. We have one more
All right.
question before our break. Question number 4 of Technically Correct. On an iconic poster of the 40s, what kind of bird thought it was a lovely day for a Guinness?
Nice. An iconic poster, I imagine, from the 40s. You wouldn't want to make a poster of the 40s. It would be tremendously depressing. Just
Wars and stuff.
Yeah,
I know
like,
this
who wants to
one.
put a poster of the 1940s in their bedroom?
This one
Certain
I got.
people would, actually, but hopefully none of them are watching tonight. All right. So, Eric, a man who enjoys beer, what kind of bird?
What of my talents?
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many birds I associate with Irish beers.
Mhm.
And those birds
Katie.
are?
Maybe we should go to Katie. We just
No,
broke the leg.
No, okay, so it's a peacock, and I am giving you a correct answer. You don't have to trust me, but I am. The whole Art Deco thing of the era, the peacock, the feathers, the geometry of the feathers and the shapes on the feathers and the fanning out of the feathers is very reminiscent of the Art Deco of the era, and that is precisely why they chose to use that bird. You do not have to write it down, but
All right.
I am telling you that is the correct answer.
Around the time that NBC became a thing as well, so peacocks were perhaps somewhat in the zeitgeist. Nicole, you got anything better than a peacock?
I felt like Katie's explanation was compelling, and peacock also came to mind for me, so
Okay.
I want to go with it.
All right. So we got
You're saying you agree with everything Katie said.
I'm saying I was compelled.
I am gonna get a raise from my overlords.
she painted a compelling
This is
picture.
gonna look good on the report back home.
Yeah, I mean, so God, the birds of the British Islands.
Are there peacocks? There must be.
Peacocks
Yes.
are everywhere. You throw them on a ship, you send them out,
Yeah.
and boom, there you go.
I'm going to say a pheasant. They eat a lot of pheasants in the British Islands. Hunt them and everything.
Your time is
All right.
up, panelists.
Let's show our answers. right.
Everyone except for Eric the Jewish Viking got that correct with toucan. And the audience agreed with you to the tune of 77%.
Very nice.
The long
All right.
fingers like on it. I can picture it.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it a bazillion times. I hosted it in 2 different Irish bars at the same time.
Yeah, we don't spend a lot of time in Irish pubs in our line of work, do we?
I don't drink Guinness, but I've seen the posters a bazillion times.
We are about 3/4 of the way through our first show, and things are just starting to get interesting. Wait, who wrote this? It's been interesting the whole time. Anyway, hold on to your bullshit detector and come back after this break for the last 6 questions of Technically Incorrect. See you then. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the back half of Technically Correct, which, as you'll recall, plus it's on the screen right now, is called Technically Incorrect. Remember, you can't trust anything any of us are saying on screen, but your job as an audience member is the same. Just look for the multiple choice options in the chat and type an exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then your selection. It's that simple. It's not been simple for us so far, but AJ, let's find out if that trend holds up. Give us our 15th question of the evening, please.
Next question for everybody on the panel and the audience watching at home. The Destiny's Child album, The Writings on the Wall, takes its name from what prophetic Bible book?
And Nicole went from yes to
I was so excited.
watching your face was
Nicole's
amazing.
personal roller coaster was some fine television. Nicole, you seem to have some knowledge of this. What do we got?
You know, there's a lot of Bible books. a prophetic prophetic one. Maybe it's like Psalms.
That's one of like the
Sure.
4 that I know.
Just gonna go with
All
that.
right. Well, Eric, why don't we send this one to you for real quick?
Is that in the right half of the Bible?
No, Katie. Half of the Bible.
Psalms is half of the Bible.
Wow, that's true.
I don't know.
Very long book. All right. Well, Psalms is, so the Bible is divided, of course, into like major and minor prophets, the history books, the Psalms, and like wisdom literature, kind of in the middle there. The Hebrew Bible we're talking about, and I think we can narrow it down to there.
Does that mean Old or New Testament? I don't know.
Old.
Yeah, that's the Old Testament.
So this is
Hebrew
the one that
Bible.
was just named after people, right?
Not
I
people,
just
not
wrote
exclusively
down-
people.
I wrote down Goyim nonsense, which I feel is an appropriate answer to pretty much everything asked tonight.
Was that the unabridged final chapter? It got cut for the King James.
For
I
me,
wouldn't know. It's Goyim nonsense.
And so I am not like, it's been a while since I've read it. I remember the story pretty well. There was like an actual, like a disembodied hand writing on the wall. I think that was in the book of Obadiah.
That is the one thing I'm not going to write because that. Does
Yeah.
anyone trust him? I don't.
Now, one of two things just happened. Either that was right and I wrote down the wrong thing, or not.
All right, folks, your time is up. Your final answers. We've got Daniel, Prophets, and Genesis. Are you sure you're not thinking of the band, Katie? The correct answer was Daniel. That is a point each for
7
both
years of
Nicole
Christian school.
and Christopher.
Yeah, I was in a church once for a funeral.
I am always terrified. So, like, I took my entire, like, I come from like a Baptist family, and they came out with me for Jeopardy. And oh shit, I mentioned it. Sorry.
Twice.
It's like the first show there was a Bible category, and of course, after I get done winning all the games, they're like, I couldn't believe you didn't get that Bible category right. And I was like, yeah, how many of the other fucking 9 categories were you doing well at? So there you go. That's my token Jeopardy story. Put it on the board.
I did not know that you were on Jeopardy. I had never heard
There you
that
go.
I had no
in the
idea. I'm
6
just now
years
hearing about
I've worked
it
for
the
Geeks Who
first
Drink.
time.
Just for your information, the audience also got that correct at 100% agreeing with Daniel.
Wow. They have been reading their Bible.
Is that 100% just one person who writes for us?
It's
feel
just
like this
me.
is-
It's just me voting over and over again. That's
This
really
is
what it is.
discrimination against me and Eric, I think. Eric, go with it. We're going to get a point out of this. I promise we're contesting it. This is an official petition. Go with
That's
it.
Goyim nonsense.
The book of
Why don't we go ahead and
Daniel.
move on
Nonsense.
to the
You
next
heard it
question?
here first. All right. What's question 16?
In the
Get that print on a
award-winning
shirt.
In the award-winning board game Puerto Rico, you get paid in what old-timey coins?
I want to hear you say Puerto Rico again.
Puerto Rico?
Nice. Very mellifluous that. All right. The award-winning board game Puerto Rico. I know that we do have actually multiple board game specialists on this episode tonight. Let's start with Katie.
You get paid in gold coins, like pirates had in their treasure chests. Back to pirates.
And that's what they just call them, gold coins.
Yeah, it's just gold coins. I mean, it's a Euro game. The components aren't that high like tech or anything.
they didn't bother to actually learn any Spanish or anything. They just
No.
kind of, gold coin. What do you
Gold
want?
coins.
We are German. It's very
No,
straightforward.
I mean,
All right.
like still in a lot of games, it's just gold coins.
All right.
I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, most games don't give a shit. They're just like,
Yeah, it's,
This
your
is
currency is
an award-winning board
currency.
game, though.
yeah. No. Sincerely, units is a common one.
You don't win an award for half-assing it. Eric, what's your answer?
Oh, it's shekels. All the pirates coming to Puerto Rico were Jewish.
It's goyim nonsense right there.
Is it shekel or schmeckle? I always thought there was an M. I thought it was schmeckle.
I just want to.
I think Katie's confused with schmegma.
Little
Schmeckle.
schmeckle on you right there.
Like schmegma, but schmeckle. Like
All
what's
right,
the point?
Nicole. Nicole, what's your answer?
I've only witnessed this game being played once, and it was not my jam because it's got slavery in it.
Yeah.
Like much
Puerto
like
Rico's
the
not
real
a
story of
really
Puerto
good
Rico.
game. Yeah.
I don't know, like pesos.
Yeah, that seems pretty. Here's what I was going to say. So, I mean, I know that our word dollar actually comes from Spanish. I think that's the answer. Is dólares. That's
Not to be confused with denaries.
no.
Or Daenerys
Not the-
Targaryen.
I thought it was denaries.
That is
All
the
right.
end of our time.
Yeah,
What
our
are your
timer's up,
final
so let's do our
answers?
What do we got?
Pieces of 8, shillings, doubloons, and I think Katie wrote doubloons or doubloons. I can't tell if
No.
that's an L or a U.
That's an L.
That looks
Doubloons
like-
is the correct answer.
I even spelt it right.
I'm not sure anybody spelled it right.
I put exactly that.
Because a doubloon was too, like,
I won
reals or
the
whatever.
5th grade spelling bee, and people were not hiding their visible shock. I mostly won because there was like one word that took everyone out, and I happened to know that one. It was a very short spelling bee.
This is where, by the way, that's where pieces of 8 came from. Is that it was? That's where 2 bits came from, because it was a quarter of a doubloon or something. I had a point there.
You
AJ
did. It's
saved
shaving
me.
a haircut.
Why don't we go ahead and move
AJ
on
saved
to
me.
our next question?
Did the chat got that?
The chat did get that.
Thank you.
Chat is fucking cheating.
Chat is whooping all of your asses mightily. Our next question for Technically Incorrect. What famous LA thoroughfare stretches from downtown to the Pacific Coast Highway by Topanga Beach?
All right. From downtown to the PCH by Topanga Beach. Named, of course, for Topanga from Boy Meets World. All right. Eric, you spent some time in Los Angeles, I believe.
Orange County.
Close enough.
Where is Orange County?
South of Los Angeles.
Did
It's
you just
joint
pull up
from the city.
your own answer?
Isn't Los Angeles in Los Angeles County?
It is.
The city of Los Angeles, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. It's a famous LA thoroughfare, and it stretches from downtown to the Pacific Coast Highway. So I've spent very little time in Los Angeles. I mean, obviously I was there when I was on Jeopardy. That would be an east-west road. All of those thoroughfares are, in fact, boulevards, and my answer is Sunset Boulevard. Is the
I
one that
won.
goes
100% agree.
from downtown to the PCH by Topanga
Great
Beach.
film.
Yeah.
I don't know the film. I know the Sheryl Crow song. She talks about it in the song. I don't know the name of the song. It's lyrics
That's
something
not
about
the one that she talks about, actually.
no something. It's dun 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 the Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh, was it Santa Monica
Yeah.
Boulevard? Oh
Definitely.
fuck! Is Santa
Also,
Monica
what's
in
the-
Los Angeles?
And all I want to do. Yes, Santa Monica
Yes,
it
is.
is part of
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Then
You can
I-
swim out past the breakers and watch the world die.
It's not Sunset. So
That's
here's what I don't
Santa
like
Monica.
Sheryl Crow. The song. It's too country for
Everclear.
me.
You like Everclear?
No, but I
Band
can
or the
see them
drink?
live.
Hmm.
Huh?
Nicole, we've kind of been, I would say, almost intentionally avoiding you this whole time.
Yeah, I lived in Los Angeles for 4 years, but I was a rare non-driver, and I never left downtown Los Angeles. So I don't know.
Nice.
Is it the 10?
Well, our time's up, so we better show them.
Oh,
AJ.
Eric. Oh, Eric. You were all correct except for Eric with Sunset Boulevard. The audience also agreed with you at 78% for Sunset Boulevard.
There you go. Whiskey a Go-Go and all that. Lovely.
And the Viper Room is on Sunset Boulevard. It's where River Phoenix died.
Holy shit, she knows things about human
Too
culture.
soon, Katie. Too soon.
Those were all
Too
true
soon.
statements just now.
He died in like Halloween of 93 or 94. 94.
It's been a minute and a half, yeah, that's for sure. All right,
93.
AJ, give us another one.
New York's Baha'i Center holds weekly jazz shows honoring what trumpeter who converted in 1968?
Oh my goodness. All right. Weekly jazz shows at the Baha'i Center.
Is Baha'i Hindu or Buddhist?
No, Baha'i
Neither.
is a different religion.
It is a religion.
I thought it was I thought it was like Catholic. It was all
No. It's a whole other religion.
It's a whole other religion.
I don't know
A
anything
more
about
recently
religion.
founded religion, if I recall correctly, like 19th century maybe.
More or sooner or later than Scientology.
Before that.
Before
It was before that.
or after Elron got drunk in a bar.
All right, Nicole, start us off with this one. What you got?
You know who does a lot of jazz? That whole Marsalis family.
It's true.
So maybe one of
plays
them guys.
trumpet. Yeah. Which one plays trumpet?
Winton.
Winton?
Winton. Yeah. Does Branford?
Bradford's
play
a younger
sax?
one.
Yeah.
So-
Was the one on was the only good part of the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. I said it. That ending theme song was beautiful. A beautiful piece of music.
Those guys can jazz.
Absolutely. Yeah, such jazz. All right, Katie, what do you got?
The only trumpet player I know is Louis Armstrong. Satchmo
It would be
Okay.
very useful if he wound up being the right answer. Eric, what do you got?
would.
I'm not positive, but I put down Miles Davis
All right.
because Miles Davis.
Did he play trumpet?
Miles Davis does, in fact, rule.
He does.
Does he rule the trumpet?
Yes.
Well, you said he rules. I didn't know. I didn't know if that meant he played trumpet
Played
very
trumpet.
well or if he just ruled in general.
I mean, both things could be true.
One is a helpful bit of information.
That's the fantastic thing about this round that we call technically incorrect, you see. All right, our time is up. We better show our answers.
Miles Davis, and two Louis Armstrongs for a grand total of nobody won a goddamn point because the correct answer was Dizzy Gillespie. But you're in wonderful company because the chat also got that one wrong, agreeing with Miles Davis at 72%.
Yeah, Miles Davis did famously convert to something. I'm not sure what.
Like, and every jazz trumpet player lived in fucking New York, so that was not helpful either.
Well, also, there is a jazz club called Dizzy's Club. It's like in New York City. I've been to it. I didn't even think of that.
Is it near the Baha'i Center?
I don't know where the Baha'i Center is.
I still don't know if Miles Davis played
But it's part
trumpet.
of
I just
the-
know that he converted.
The Dizzy's Club is part of Jazz at Lincoln Center, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, by my count, we've still got 2 questions to go. Am I at least counting correctly? Because I haven't gotten a fucking question right all night.
You are correct in your count in that we are about to do
Hooray! What
question
do I win? What do I
number
win, AJ?
19. You win a question. Your next question, made up of 4 guys named Follow Will, what rock band gave us the subtle line, "Your sex is on fire"?
That sounds extremely unpleasant.
Your sex is on
Please
fire.
see a doctor immediately.
That burning sensation, not normal. Follow Will's.
Yeah. Maybe you need to stop following Will. I don't know where I was going. There was a joke there. I didn't get there. Eric, save me. You know bands.
I know the
You've got
fucking
records
song.
behind you. I can see them.
I do have a lot of records behind me, and I'm not quite sure on this one.
Okay.
I do know that if your sex is on fire for more than 4 hours, you should consult a physician.
Yeah, exactly. It really does sound like it's very unpleasant.
Safety first.
Yes.
I could sing this song right now. You don't want me to.
Please
You don't want
do.
me to.
No, please. I'm begging you.
Oh, God damn it. This is the worst because
We have time to fill, Katie. Just do it.
It might be a hint.
No, it just says the line over and over. It was on you could not escape it on the radio. I was like 2014, 2015.
My answer, weirdly enough, because I remember it's like, your sex is on
That's
fire.
it. That's it.
And it turns out that Alicia Keys is, in fact, made up of 4 guys named Followell. Little known fact, but like under that, long coat she wears, it's just a stack of guys named Followell. Final answer. Final answer.
This is Alicia Keys conspiracy theory.
Oh my God.
Nicole, you got an answer for us?
This sounds like butt rock.
This is not rap.
Nickelback.
It's really bad emo.
Mud.
It's really bad emo indie. It's not even indie. It's totally
Is
mainstream.
it Creed?
No. It was like, they looked like they didn't bathe often.
That's
like,
too
kinda,
spicy for Creed. They're a little Jesus-y. So
What the fuck is her name? This is making me crazy. Fuck.
Well,
music
time to
video was
lock
so
in your
dumb, too.
answers, panelists. You are out
Yeah,
of
you had 2
time.
minutes. And I have no idea.
Oh,
how
it is
you-
Kings of Leon. God fucking damn it.
I wrote the traveling follow Wilbies.
That is
Handle that answer with care, Eric.
That is a point each for Christopher and Nicole, and the audience, who also agreed with you at 90% on Kings of Leon.
Yeah, I don't know how you know what the lyrics to that song are, because they're one of those bands that has like Bob Dylan. It's just like,
Well, so I always thought he was saying the sex is on fire, like it was exciting. I didn't realize he was saying someone had like crotch rot.
well,
I know all the words to that song. I'm not
you've
proud.
got to read the fine
I'm not
print.
proud I know that fact now.
I've heard that song. Oh, that's so frustrating.
Read the fine print before you go to bed with the brothers Followell. That's what we've learned in this.
I didn't know
episode.
they were brothers. I thought it was just like one hairy dude who didn't shower with a microphone and like some music in the background.
But by the way, don't shower with a microphone. Very bad idea. AJ, what's our last question of the evening?
Our final question of the evening, Christopher. Spend a penny is a weird British euphemism for what everyday act?
Answers only. All right.
It's not the wrong answer. It's masturbation.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think the most Cockney rhyming slang is masturbation. Ultimately.
I don't know how Cockney rhyming slang works, actually.
Well,
There's
rhymes.
a clue right in the name.
Cockney or rhyme? What rhymes with penny? Henny? Like they drink a thing of
They just
Henny?
drink Hennessy all the time.
An everyday act.
Like a rap
That's right.
video.
Ginny. They listen to Ginny from the Block. I don't know. Like, not a lot of shit rhymes with penny, I don't think.
All right, Nicole, why don't you start off these festivities? Give us an answer.
I feel like maybe it is masturbation. They like euphemisms. They're an indirect people.
That's a fair point.
And if they don't have very large penises, penny would be the word you would use for.
I don't know what they do over there with their penises.
If it was like spend a quarter, you're like, all right, well, how well hung are they? I don't know. Is it 25 inches? That seems
All
extreme.
right. That's probably enough of that. Eric,
Is it?
once again, please rescue us from everything that's happening right now.
I mean, following up to what Nicole said, what they don't do with their penises in Britain is circumcise them.
Do they not?
Well, that's a very American thing.
Citation needed.
Americans and
Okay, it's not just Americans.
Abrahamic religions.
It's not. What is
Yeah, it's
Muslim?
a lot of goyim nonsense over in the UK.
Yeah, we need to next week we're going to have the chat vote on our circumcision. All right.
Like, have they been? What is it?
I do not volunteer as tribute for that.
So here's what I think, because I think that Great Britain is the birthplace of that crazy looking old bicycle, the penny farthing. And spend a penny just means ride a bike, like ride a bike down to the pub or whatever. That is my answer to the question. It's not Cockney rhyming slang at all.
I don't.
But our time's up, so we need to show our answers. Everybody, what do you got?
I drew a picture of a penis on the other side.
Okay.
I'm going to say that I'm going to give Short and Nicole a half a point each because the correct answer is using the bathroom, but I believe that it's actually looking towards a number 2.
Oh.
Well, wouldn't that be spending a tuppence if you're going number 2?
Spending a shilling?
It depends on their counting system.
We
start with
Eric,
1.
you're such a bell end. All right. Well, we've made it to the end of our 20 questions. We do still have one more job for you, dear audience. I did not tell you were going to be called upon to do this earlier, so this is new information. You've got to pick our show winner. You've got to tell us who was our MVP for the night. You get to decide by typing an exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then the first name of your choice. You can use any criteria that you want. But before you do that, let's get you one data point, which is this. AJ, which one of us scored the highest during the technically incorrect round?
During the technically incorrect round, Christopher Short comes in the top with 4 points.
Really?
Nicole and Katie are both tied with 3 points each. Eric
That was very close.
Eric got his
I got more points the first half.
1 pity point.
You can choose a winner however you like. You don't have to pick me because I'm obviously the best, but you can if you choose. Either way, we're going to find out who it is right after this. Roll those beautiful ads. Okay, you guys, we're going to let you get back to whatever sketchy shit you're up to tonight. Shit you're up to tonight. But first, remember that you can find out about everything else we're up to at geekswhodrink.com and by following us on Facebook and Twitter and Insta and everything. Oh, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel before you leave, would you?
Gesundheit.
Anyway, enough of whatever the hell that was. Let's find out who our winner was, AJ.
Well, our winner of tonight's Technically Correct was Nicole with 42% of the vote.
Very well
They
deserved.
love me. They love me.
Yeah.
I host Geeks Who Drink on Zoom. Please. If you like me, come see more of me.
All right. Well, there you go. Everybody loves Nicole. I don't blame them. She's lovable. And with that, our first show is in the books. Thank you for staying with us tonight. Make sure you come back next week to find out if Nicole is still technically correct.
Technically correct, together forever, yeah. Technically correct, technically correct, birds of a feather, and I got a new obsession with you. Technically correct with you.
Technically Correct was filmed in front of a live internet audience.